and remove it. Boom, one battery's done. Put the next battery in, re-put our piece on, and now we have two batteries. I got it wedged up underneath of a desk, and I'm real hard with stuff, and that it'll solve the problem. It's like a Mercedes-Benz, you just start replacing parts. And we're just going to install the dust cup first. So it does give the ability of flexing. Push down and hear it click, and boom, now we've got our cyclone installed. Okay, so after I custom built this essentially brand new Dyson V6, I'll put the links below. Very good cleaning video for the V6, and the links below, one of the most popular on YouTube I've made. And then I have another custom build video for building this V6 that you can watch in the links below. I said my V7's beat up. So I have some more parts here at the house for this V7. There's a crack in the cyclone here, and the body is starting to detach from the housing. I basically, when I was cleaning in an office, I got it wedged up underneath of a desk, and I'm real hard with stuff, and I actually pulled the whole body apart. So what happens is it runs, but then when it runs and I go to pull, as I'm vacuuming, I'm pulling the head back, it disconnects the battery connection inside and it quits running. So I actually, for around 60 bucks, I said, oh, you know what, I'll just buy another V7 Absolute, which is, this thing's brand new. You can get a lot of these parts on eBay. But I said, you know what, I think I got enough parts here. We'll go ahead and we'll build one of these. So I actually added it all up already, and we're gonna custom build a Dyson V7 with basically all brand new parts for around $215. Sometimes you can find them used for around that price, but they don't come with two batteries, a couple modifications, and then I've got some upgrades that we're doing here. So we're gonna put this together and see if I can basically get this built for about $200 some and get this thing in it working, make things a little easier on me. Okay, so what we have here is I picked up an extra dust bin because I constantly break these in the other vacuums that I use. And actually, I think this was actually used once or twice. And then, I don't know, it just went up for sale. And all these parts basically come from the OEM parts come from an eBay seller, and I will put their page below. If you have a Dyson cordless vacuum, I think he has actually some regular Dyson parts as well. Well worth checking his page out for some of these parts if your vacuum breaks. And I will probably do a cleaning video on the other model and put the links below. I've getting quite a few vacuum videos, so maybe you have a Shark vacuum and you're just watching this video. If you go to my playlist, I have pretty much all the cordless Shark vacuum videos that I've made. But this body was brand new as well. I don't know, sometimes I think when people break their Dyson products and they're under warranty, the Dyson company themselves will just mail out, like if they don't know what's exactly wrong and the person that owns it doesn't know what's exactly wrong with it, maybe the battery's flashing, they'll just send out brand new motor assemblies, and it'll, just guess that it'll solve the problem. It's like a Mercedes-Benz, you just start replacing parts. Hey, and to begin with, what we're going to do is we're going to install the dust cup first. On the end of this body, here's your electrical points. This is going to take your current to the wand through the dust cup, and on the dust cup you can see the two electrical points, and we're just going to install the dust cup first. And I think we're going to go ahead and leave that part open. And then we're going to come to the front of the body, and we're going to push down the guide rails here, the V7 assembly. This is your tab to remove the cyclone from the unit. So we're just going to take this, and there's our grooves there for our rails here. And we're just going to take this cup, get it within the grooves, like so. And then we're just going to push down and hear it click, and boom. Now we've got our cyclone installed onto our dust cup. And then to empty the dust cup, we just pull the V7 up to get the dust cup to disengage. So there we go, boom, dust comes out, cyclone goes back in, dust cup shuts. If you want to remove the cyclone, we're going to pull up, release the dust cup, and on the front side here we have a button. We're going to hold this red button here and pull the cyclone off of the vacuum. So it's really easy to disassemble and assemble these. The V6 model that I just made the video on, you actually have to have a tool to do that. So pretty easy to build one of these. So we'll go to the next step. So as we move to the next step here, we're going to install a new filter. You can usually get these, I'd buy these in a 3-pack just to have on hand. They're not real expensive. I usually get mine off Amazon. Links below, help support the channel. And then what we'll want to do is I want to show you the trigger modification. I'm sorry, I want to show you the battery modification. So a lot of people, they run into these batteries don't last as long as your house, and it does take some time to charge them. So what we have is multiple batteries here. So when I'm on a job and the building is 20,000 square foot to 50,000 square foot building, I cannot get my job done with one of these batteries. On the market, they do have some oversized batteries. They're not factory batteries. A lot of them that I bought, if they're oversized batteries, they will not fit into your original wall charger. So that's also a problem. So I try to stick to the OEM batteries. However, one of these is aftermarket batteries, and I'll go ahead and put the link below if you want to do this. It's the battery that I use on all mine. I have real good success with them, and they are about the same size as an OEM battery. But what's real neat about this is basically our battery mod, and I got these off of eBay. This guy 3D prints these. I modified all of them that I have, and if you have a battery installed into your vacuum cleaner and you have a spare battery, he includes this piece here, and this will slip over the battery like so. And with the wall charger, with the clip on, we're just going to insert our battery, and then we can hang our battery on the wall like so and charge a secondary battery. When it's done charging, we just take our clip like so and remove our battery. Now, as for the unit, which comes with this kit also, is the battery piece to hook up the battery. We're not going to put any screws in this battery because we're going to make the bat on this unit, no screws, because we're going to make the battery removable. So we just take our piece here and it clips in to the battery, and now our vacuum should run. So it does run, and when I run out of battery, you just pinch this secondary piece here, and we're just going to pinch and remove it. Boom, one battery's done. Put the next battery in, re-put our piece on, and now we have two batteries. This will save you so much time if you have a large house and you can only run on one battery. These are great vacuum cleaners. The battery life just isn't long enough for people with larger houses. So that is a great modification, and I do not get commission from that. I'm just trying to help the guy out because he invented something that is extremely useful. Now what I want to show you next is we're going to modify the trigger. Now what I usually use is, this is also a 3D printed block that will go on the trigger. And what this does is this will allow you to basically not press the trigger, and it just mounts on your trigger housing. Oops. And engages, locks the trigger, so you don't have to hold the trigger down the entire time. This can also be found in the links below. This works really well. Okay, now what I want to show you is, this is the original, you know, pink is cool, you know, I guess if you're a girl or whatever, but I just don't want to have the pink stick. So, what I bought this was, the biggest thing that I really liked about the Shark Multi-Flex vacuums is the ability for the wand to flex and get underneath of the furniture. So they actually make this third party. I will tell you that the build quality doesn't feel as good as Dyson, as OEM. However, Dyson does not make a bendable vacuum wand. And what you want to use this for is basically getting underneath a bed, getting underneath a desk. In a big commercial building, you know how many desks there are in a building, and you need to get underneath of the desk every single day. Just by having this little feature here can save you a ton of just bending over. So it does lock in extremely well to the unit itself, so it does give the ability of flexing. Now also for the head of the tool, I went ahead, and this vacuum is primarily going to be used on a hard surface building. There is only 2 offices with carpeting in them, so I went ahead and I went to try, and I've used this in my house, and I actually would purchase this if I had a problem with my original Dyson head. This is a fluffy roller. This head is actually made in China. However, for the price between $25 and I'm going to say $30, this actually isn't a bad buy. I haven't really beaten this up or tested this in the field, but for the price, it can't be beat. And it actually has LED lights. When you're working in a building and you have hard surfaces and you're going underneath the desk, you actually need lights. The new Dysons have a laser. I would prefer them to spend the $4 and put lights on all their heads, but with this stick now I'm able to go without buying a $90 fluffy Dyson head roller. I now have a fluffy roller, and we're gonna go ahead and test this thing, see if this thing works. One other modification that I recommend is this is actually a utility tinsel adapter that goes onto your wand of a V7. It will not work for a V6, it'll work for V7, V8, V10, and V11 vacuums because of the way it's made. It has notches in it. And then the benefit of having this attachment is basically you can carry these tools with you, which is huge benefit to someone that's using one of these commercially, because if I need to get in between a desk, in between electrical wires or whatever, I can automatically have these attachments with me. Otherwise, if I don't have these on the wand, I essentially have to keep these in my pocket, which can be a nightmare for different attachments. But this device, basically, it just hooks up onto your wand like so. And let's give this bad boy a shot. Yeah, see, the efficiency of this roller is just fine. So essentially, I just built a Dyson V8 V7 vacuum for around $215. The last V7 I bought was $200. If you have a broken V7 or V8, this might be an option for you to watch this video all the way through. As a master of the custodial arts and a semi-professional Dyson mechanic, I really like customizing my Dyson vacuums for my job, because it just makes my life so much easier. believe it or not, with a cordless vacuum in a 40,000 square foot building, I can cut approximately 30 minutes a day from each building that I clean. I usually have between 7 and 8 buildings. I can cut 30 minutes per large building by just having a cordless vacuum and not having to hook the cords up on every single floor up elevator. So keep watching and I'll show you how to custom make this vacuum. Around 250 bucks.